Well, good morning again. Friday morning, the 12th of February. You may wonder why I'm wearing kind of crazy coats, because I'm literally just about to head out the door. The weather overnight seems to have done something different than it said it was going to do, so I'm less confident about photography this morning, but that's not going to stop me going out. So heading down to Ballintoy Harbour. It's a harbour that I first visited 20 years ago, more in fact, and fantastic little harbour, and I think it's somewhere that I'm going to be spending a fair bit of time at. This morning, however, it may be rained off, it may be blown off, it may be snowed off, but we might just get the odd peak of light coming through. So yeah, just gonna finish up my coffee very quickly and get out the door. So yeah, see you at Ballintoy. Well, good morning from Ballintoy Harbour. As I thought, reasonable cloud cover, but what I'm hoping is that it is now 7 a.m. What I'm hoping is that in probably 20 minutes or so, there'll start to be a little bit of colour in the sky. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to head up to the viewpoint that I'm hoping to shoot from. I'm going to just finish off my coffee, head up to that viewpoint, and then see how the colours come on. Again, as I said in my previous video, shooting sunrise on the north coast obviously means that you don't see the actual sunrise itself. So sunrise is at 8:05. I don't think light is going to come down onto the harbour until closer to sort of just before 9 a.m. However, as per my shoot at the Giant's Causeway previously, these clouds could start to take on some of the dawn colour, which may work actually in a bit of a longer exposure type shot. So yeah, there's a little bit of wind, those clouds are moving, so that's what I'm thinking. Long exposure, pinkish tones in the clouds, Ballintoy Harbour. But first, coffee. Always coffee. See you in a bit. So the chances are you may not be able to hear me. Trust me, one of these days I'm going to get a mic sorted out. So quite windy, which may make for long exposures challenging, but I'm up on the top of Ballintoy Harbour. So I'm shooting with a 3-stop and a 2-stop neutral density grad, and what I'm going for is f11 for about 30 seconds, just to give a little bit of movement in the clouds. So the clouds are just starting to take on some of the dawn light, and sunrise is breaking over. Well, sunrise will be for another 30 minutes or so. So I'm really hoping that over the next 30 minutes these clouds continue to kind of take on some of that dawn light. Not shooting with a standard ND filter at the moment. It's the light is low enough to give me a long enough exposure at f11. Obviously as the light increases I may need to put a ND filter on. My biggest concern of course is the wind, and even though the back of the screen things look sharp, it may be when I get home that the wind has obviously made things a little bit fuzzy, which will be a no-go. But later on I may go down into the harbour, which might be a little bit more sheltered, but we'll see how this goes. Anyway, so yeah, long exposure at Ballintoy Harbour using graduated ND filters. Let's see how it works out. Later. So I tried a longer exposure shot with a 3-stop ND filter and a 3-stop ND grad, and I just think it's going to be a bit too windy. I mean, you might not be able to see this here. Hang on. So, see the way it's just starting to take on some colour. And of course, the sun is rising over here somewhere, and as it rises, my hope is, in fact, here, look at this here, you can just start to see it. Anyway, so long exposure stuff I think is going to be the question up here in this hill just because of the wind. On the back of the screen it does look sharp. I'm not holding out much hope. So I've gone back to shooting just with the ND grads. I've got a 3 and a 2 stop on there. I'm shooting f13, ISO 200, about 6 seconds of exposure. So just enough to give a slight bit of movement in the clouds. Not necessarily go for that big striking typical, because I think that potentially works best in black and white, and I actually want to keep it in colour, just because as the sun rises and the clouds overcast a bit more, it will turn to black and white. But right now, I really want to emphasise the dawn pinks, so I'm planning on keeping this here. So f13, ISO 200, a total of 5 stops of ND grad, and about 6 seconds. This is kind of what we're getting. So yeah, let's see how this sky lights up. It's looking reasonably promising. Always good to get out even when the weather says rain and wind and everything. Might still be rain and wind and everything. Right. Hanging onto my camera there. So the sun is rising just about now. In fact, just over my shoulder here. You can just see a strip of red, and that is at 8:03. The sun breaking the horizon. Sadly, however, most of the lighter cloud, well, there's a few gaps. I'm still hopeful. Ever the optimist. So just one other little tip. So even though I'm shooting in RAW, and of course I can adjust white balance when I'm back at home, I do like to play with white balance out in the field as well, because of course I may not get around to processing this image for a while. So I kind of want to make sure that what I shoot is as close to what I'm seeing with my naked eye. So I've just been playing, obviously because I'm using the filters, there's going to be a little bit of colour cast in the sky, which again is very easy to get rid of, but just allows me to visually see the image in my head. So when it comes to processing it, I kind of have a bit of an idea of the direction that I want to go. So I've just been playing a little bit with the colour balance. I'm also shooting, so even though I'm shooting on the Fuji 10-24, and of course the natural temptation is to shoot at 10mm, and we all love wide, we really do. But I've just cropped in a little bit, because obviously what I'm looking for is, you know, leading lines and making sure that some of the most interesting pieces of the image are at the strongest anchors on the frame itself. So I've just come in to about 13mm, not a lot, as Paul Daniels would say, but just enough, I think, to give a slightly stronger image. Certainly there's not really a lot going on the bank here, no flowers, no anything, so I don't necessarily need to include too much of that. So just cropped in a little bit, and I think that's actually giving us a slightly stronger image. I'm also shooting the 80-20 mode, 20% sky, 80% on the actual land and the sea. So and that's probably how I'm going to keep it, because unless the sky dramatically changes, I mean, it's doing something very nice over there, but I just don't think those colours are going to catch. I could be mistaken. It has happened once or twice. Right. See how we go. So a very quick video. So patience is kind of paying off here. There's a nice little bit of colour just easing into that sky. You may just be able to see some of it there. Hopefully you can still hear me with the wind. So yeah, this is kind of what I was hoping for. Right, best get back to shooting. So one of the things that I noticed just on my last exposure there, every so often a large wave breaks this wall, and it actually creates quite a nice bit of interest along that wall. Now, most of the nice colour has already
started to fade, which is a shame. But actually I might just wait again to see whether a large wave breaks this. Obviously Ballintoy Harbour is famous for its storms and its high winds and its high waves. You wouldn't think that this morning. But every so often one is just coming over that little wall. So having seen it, I now want to try to capture the wave breaking over and just flowing down the other side of the wall, because it does make a relatively nice shot. So it's that windy cold. So that's me pretty much done for the morning. Finished up where I started, up at the top, just looking down on the harbour. Very windy. Did try some long exposure stuff at the end. As I say, I won't really know how that came out until I get home, but I think it's maybe going to be a bit shaky. I'm using the 10 stop filter from formatt-hitech. But yeah, and then I came back down to the harbour's edge, not necessarily to take any images or any keepers per se, but I always like to kind of go home with some recce shots. And funny enough, how I've kind of done my recce shots today, Fuji has got a dynamic setting, one of its kind of funky filters, and it gives a bit of a kind of an over-saturated, pushed HDR type look. But given the fact that I'm doing a recce, not really using it for doing any filters, and kind of trying to even out or sort of balance the exposure for sky and ground, it kind of just allows me to work with something that I can kind of see details. It's not something that I would ever kind of say, oh, this is my photography. But it's quite good to do. So there is some potential down here. However, it would work best kind of whenever the sun's kind of heading towards sunset, because then it would potentially light up this little building here. Some nice lines going on, and of course what would work stormy conditions. Well, stormy conditions in the sea, not necessarily stormy conditions, just wind, because it's pretty damn difficult to do long exposure in the wind, as I found out this morning. But yeah, so this was the Ballintoy Harbour shoot, somewhere I expect to be spending a fair amount of time over the coming months. It is just beautiful, and I haven't explored. You can actually walk all the way from Ballintoy all the way round to White Park Bay, I want to say, yeah. So really looking forward to doing that. But for now, I'm going home to get a coffee, because having been stood in one spot in the wind, thankfully no rain, but in the wind for the last 2.5 hours, I am blooming freezing. Anyway, enough rambling. Nice bin here, look at that. See how I like to frame up my shots with a bin and a bin lid. Right, see you later. Hopefully have some images to show you